Welcome back to my 100-day drawing challenge 2020. Today is day number 18 and the prompt is contrast. So the idea that I ended up going with for this illustration is actually an idea that I came up with last year when doing this challenge, but it was not the idea that I ended up going with last year. I ended up simplifying it quite significantly last year and doing something completely different, but this idea was still in the back of my mind, so I decided to go for it this year, and I actually really like how it turned out. I think it's really cute. It is still pretty simple, it's not super elaborate or anything, but I really like it, and I think it's a cool take on the prompt contrast. So I drew a character on the right hand side of the page, but then I flipped the page around and drew a second character. So I thought that this would be a really cool idea for the prompt contrast. I mean, the very first thing that I think of when I think of contrast is like contrasting colours. I like to try and use contrasting colours in my illustrations as much as possible, but for an entire prompt, I didn't want to just draw something random and then colour it with contrasting colours. I wanted the actual illustration to reflect that contrast prompt. So I really like this idea of having like two characters paralleling each other on the page. I did draw the characters holding hands, which was the most difficult thing I think I've ever drawn. It took me forever, and I don't know if it turned out looking good. I tried my best. For some reason, having one character upside down and the other one right side up, and having them holding hands was just so difficult to draw. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad in the finished illustration, but it took forever and like so much brain power, because I was like, how on earth would their hands connect in this position? I don't know. So it took a lot of flipping the page back and forth and right side up and upside down, and a lot of redrawing and erasing and redrawing to try and get it looking good, but I did my best. So I decided for the colour scheme to go with black and white. I could have done a number of different contrasting colours, my favourite being orange and blue. I think the orange and blue contrast each other so nicely. But I decided to go with black and white because I thought it would be perfect for the prompt, and I thought it would be really dynamic on the page to do black and white. I tend not to use black much in my illustrations. I don't really tend to use white either, so I think this was cool to try something different with this prompt. Yeah, overall I think this one's really cute. Like I said, I did try and keep it a little bit simple because I had two characters to draw on the same page, and obviously the fact that one is like right side up and the other one's upside down created this little bit of difficulty in the way that it was drawn. So things like their hairstyles and their clothes were kept very simple. I think if I had more time to really think about this and plan it out better, I could have really pushed the theme further, maybe done kind of like an angel devil type contrast thing. With one character right side up and the other one upside down. I think that would be really cool. I would love to maybe make their outfits more elaborate and just like really detailed and just really cool looking, and add lots of different more colours into the illustration. But because, like I've said before, because this is a 100-day challenge and I'm drawing every day, there are certain limitations that I have, and I kept it a little bit simple, especially with their outfits. So I actually really like this as an illustration. I think it's cute, and I do think it fits the contrast prompt because they definitely contrast each other. But if I had more time to draw this, I definitely would want to push it further and make it a lot more elaborate. That's all for today. If you're interested, there's a link to the full challenge playlist on screen and in the description. Subscribe if you'd like to keep up with me completing this challenge, and I'll see you tomorrow for another prompt. Take care.